Un, dos, tres.
Next up we have Soraya Sobreidad.
This is dinner. Soraya Sobreidad, vegan Puerto Rican, spicy beef pasteles with kasha, garbanzo beans, and Morningstar Farm bacon. Yes, loves. Bye. What's going on? It's Soraya Sobreidad, the queen of healthy Latin cooking aquí en la cocina mía and Hell's Kitchen. Hello. It's November, girl. You know what that means. It means a whole lot of stuff, right? It means holiday cooking starts in November, right? You get over all the sugar you may have eaten during Halloween. That's a hard one to recover from, right? So get off the sugar. In the next couple of weeks, get your system clean, girl. But start doing your food prep, alright? Start eating healthier so Thanksgiving comes, te puede meter una haltera bien metida without guilt, without shame, honey. No remorse. You could totally let your head fall into the open crevice of that turkey with all that stuffing and keep your face there. O comerte una haltera de pastele, arroz gandule, whatever. Look, I have no shame with the food thing. You eat what you want to eat. And just do it in moderation. But anyway, mira, I want to show you something. Let's go. This is my vegan beef crumbles. I have to keep some secrets because there is a day that I'm going to own a restaurant and I want to be able to serve these foods. I'm just not going to give away all of my beauty secrets. But anyway, this is the vegan beef and I'm hydrating it now. Here on the stove, I have my olive oil infused with achote with my sofrito that I'm going to brown. And then I'm going to add the vegan beef crumbles that I season and hydrate. And I'm going to cook it here. Because lo que voy a hacer hoy son pasteles. So I have red and white yautía. I have the green small cooking banana. And, oh, my husband, the large papi plátano there. ¿Lo ves que está ahí? So, those are all like the ingredients, the foundation for my vegan pasteles. For this holiday season, I'm going to make my vegan beef, which I prefer the vegan beef over the garbanzo. And then the garbanzos are soy-free as well. The vegan beef has soy. So I'm starting my pastele run today with my vegan beef. And then probably in a week or two, I'll do my garbanzo pasteles. ¿Y qué más que voy a hacer yo? Oh, this holiday season, también I'm gonna catch up on making my vegan Puerto Rican empanadas. Alright? I got my Marilyn Monroe apron on, honey. My girls are happy to have Marilyn all up on her. I'm happy to be here with you with Soraya's zany, fierce cooking show. Okay, the way I was taught in cooking was always to brown your sofrito first. And then add the vegan beef or real meat or whatever you're doing. That's what my mom taught me. She goes, you know, you want to open it up. You want to roast the spices a bit. Then go ahead and proceed, right? So I'm just going to pick up the heat a little bit here because I really want this almost to be frying when I add the vegan beef. So I added the vegan beef. So she's all blended up, meaning the oil sofrito to the vegan beef. She's beautiful. The vegan beef has smoked paprika. It has spices. We're going to let her like simmer up, cook for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to come back to her. Okay? Great. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I have 5 minutes left. I timed it for 10 minutes. We're halfway in, right? So do you see that? Do you see how beautiful that is? So this is vegan beef. And it's a soy mix. The color with the brownish, red, gold. Whatever. That's the way I see it. Smoked paprika. This is the only brand that I will use. Is this chicolin. So fucking hot. So fucking hot. I mean, not hot spicy. It's smoked. It's fabulous. And it adds a color and a flavor to meat. This brand of vegan ham seasoning. Get this. This brand of chicken base by Vogue. Get it on Amazon. Or maybe your local health food store will have it. Not all health food stores have it. They have the chicken base vegan, but this is vegetarian. And the beef base. So I use the beef and the chicken. I only have the chicken right now in my home. There's no chickens here. Everyone here is not afraid of anything. And the only one that's here is me, Soraya. But we're going to let this finish cooking for a few more minutes. So I'm just going to cover this. We have the vegan beef done. You see how we have the brown going on there? I really like my vegan beef to be como ahí, cocinado bien, alright? I'm gonna leave it uncovered. If the vegan beef has too much moisture, it gets mushy. So when I make my vegan pasteles, I don't want to let the vegan beef have too much moisture, because when I assemble the pasteles and the masa's got a very heavy water base already, and then I put the cooked vegan beef as a filling inside the pastel, and then I put the little salsita moisture on top of the vegan beef, and then I wrap her, and then she boils. But anyway, I'm just trying to show you how smart I am. I should stop. Meaning, you have to watch your moisture with cooking vegan. You're doing a vegan beef, again, it's a soy mix, so watch your moisture. If you were to make a chili with this vegan beef, you would have to make the chili and serve it. For you to keep it hot and stirring it and all of that stuff, it would just get mushy and the flavor will be whack after a while. Like, it just wouldn't work. So dry soy products that are vegan, you'll find them all over the place. And your local health food store, you have to watch moisture as you cook them. And you know, whatever. Okay. Ya me estoy cansando. Anyway. Hey boys and girls. This is the red yautía, right? And I have this busted ghetto ass vegetable peeler, scraper, whatever. I need to get a new one. But I have an emotional attachment to this beat up item. I have a lot of emotional attachments to things that are beat up. Trying to let them go, but can't let go of this one yet. This is a lot of work. You know, you gotta peel this. Like this, you gotta scrape it. You gotta get the green bananas. You gotta unpeel them. You gotta grate them, puree them. You know, Papi Food Processor is always really happy when I'm doing these things because he gets to work. He gets to help. Pero la verdad que los pasteles is a lot of work. And you gotta clean up the sink like this, you know? Look, I'm not trying to prove that I'm like, I'm every woman like Chaka Khan or Whitney, God bless her, may she rest in peace. Pero los pasteles, mucho trabajo. I used to make them a lot often. I don't know what happened. I know what happened. That'll be another episode. I'll explain. But this is one of the many yautillas that I'll be peeling today if you got to see it properly, which I hope you did, okay? Hey, it's me. And I'm getting ready now to work with my plantains, right? Gotta peel them and all that. It's a lot of work, girl. But I love my pasteles. Last year, did I have pasteles? I think I did. Yeah. It was so different last year, right? With COVID and all. Thank God things are a little better. I think much better. But anyway, I want to make sure I have vegan pasteles for some of my friends too for the holidays. So I'm going through the work of it. Yeah, my eating disorder got kicked up with COVID. So I had to stop like with all the fancy vegan cooking because I couldn't handle it, really. I had to keep my meals real simple. And then the facial surgery, the breast surgery first, then the face. Like I really needed to keep my eating and my food intake really simple. I had gained a little weight and that was uncomfortable for me. So now the weight's back down, the healing and the swelling has eased away. And so I'm ready to get into some sexy, very sexy vegan Puerto Rican cooking. And cooking while listening to Donna Summer. I love her so much, you know that, right? Okay, bye. I just want to go through a couple of things that you probably already know. Probably have already said too in different cooking shows because I have a pastele recipe on YouTube already and the masa is the masa. It doesn't change if it's vegan or pork pastel. But we're here and I have a new camera and I have a new face. Hey! So we're using the small green cooking, which I have 3 more to peel. That's the hardest part about pastele making to me. Is getting the skin off these girls or boys, these actually boys, and well, the shape, right? For example, we get one of the big guys, the big plantains. This is a boy, okay, it's not a girl. But the small cooking bananas, which are really not small today either, which is good because sometimes bigger is better. So we have that, the small cooking, the big boys, which is the green plantain. Big. And then I'm not gonna get too sexy today, but And I have longer hair that comes out. And my yautía. So right now I have all of those verduras in water so they don't brown. I don't know, that's the way I like to do it. And then once I finish peeling them all, I'm gonna slice them up and then we're gonna put them in papi food processor, okay? I wanted to show you, like, with this one batch of pasteles, look how much skin of the, well, the peels, just whatever, skin, the peels. Look at this. This is a huge bag. I wish I lived in a neighborhood that we could compost, because this would be ideal to compost, right? Like, this would be so hot. When I was in Spain for facial feminization surgery, their disposal systems, their location where you throw out your garbage, your recyclables, would also include composting. And I remember it went like down, like it went like through like almost like a sewer system. Like, you know when you live in apartment buildings and you open up that and the garbage goes down the chute, down to the garbage down there in the basement? It was the same thing in Spain. In the public streets, there would be a row. I think I took pictures of it. It's probably on Instagram. A row, which would be garbage, recyclables, and compost. They should do that in the United States like that. And the city that I was in was Marbella, which was like, to me, it reminded me of like a California, Jackson Heights neighborhood, because it was so Latin. A lot of Asian people were there too, was part of the community in Marbella, was Asian. And then African. And then you had your Spaniards, most of them looking like white people. So there were white people that were Spaniards. It was sweet. I had a really, really good time in Spain. They were friendly. The siestas, the cafes, open air restaurants. It was very beautiful. It was like California with the hills, the palm trees. The temperature was really nice. The beach that I went to in Marbella, you could see the Rock of Gibraltar over there in the ocean. It was so beautiful. That's how they had their composting systems. New York should incorporate that. I wonder if any cities in the United States have composting like that, where it's recyclable bin, garbage bin, and composting. And they didn't even need to pick up the garbage. I guess maybe because the streets in Marbella were so narrow. What kind of garbage trucks are gonna fit in those streets? It's like Italy or those European cities where the streets are tiny, like the width for little cars, like one way. It was so crazy. They had cute little cars there though. Cars I didn't see in the US. They had a lot of real small cute cars. A lot of good looking men and women. It was stunning, stunning. I would love to go now that I'm hooked up, you know? Anyway, we'll get back to cooking. But I wanted you to see all the peels and all that. And too bad I can't compost. Maybe I could compost personally, but I don't know. I have to study that. Okay, we'll be back. An episode of composting. Okay, I have my puree going. Well, you know, the masa, that's what we call it, which is the green plantain, the green cooking banana small, and the red yautía. We're trying to get that really nice and smooth. That takes a lot of work. This is the preliminary mix here. I get the plantains and the vegetables to one type of texture, and then I keep working it until it gets really, really smooth. So it means I add it, and then I put some back over here, and then I add, and I try to get it like silky, silky smooth. So when you cut the pastel with a fork, it's not grainy, it's really, really smooth, and not a hard pastel. So adding the yautía makes it a soft pastel. If you do it just green banana, large, it's gonna be like a brick. It's gonna be a tough pastel. Some people like that. I don't mind either way, but I prefer my pasteles to be real smooth, almost like butter. Alright, so I'm gonna be doing this for a while, but I just wanted you to kind of see a little bit of it and how it works out, okay? Alright. Howdy y'all. I went through the whole puree of the masa. I usually have 2 food processors in my kitchen. The other food processor is in storage. So I usually have both of them going at the same time, pureeing and just like making rounds to get the puree of the masa really smooth. like not grainy at all, right? So I think I did a good job with the one food processor, and it took a really, really long time. I am exhausted. It's 2:15 and I started this before lunch, like about 10 o'clock, so I'm exhausted already. But we're going through like the assembly part, which is always so much fun, you know? And it's so cute. I take a half a cup of masa and about 2 tablespoons of the vegan beef, some of the sauce. There's not gonna be any Spanish olives in this because I'm really trying to watch my sodium. The olives, it tastes really good with them and everything, and it really adds to the Puerto Rican vibe of it. But I really didn't want all that sodium. I did spoon and taste the masa raw because the masa is totally plant-based and I could taste it raw without cooking it. It has the olive oil and spices and just raw bananas and yautía, which is like a potato. So the masa tastes seasoned well. So I'm going to trust that when these are cooked, fully cooked, pasteles, that they're going to be fine. I'd rather them be maybe a little under seasoned and over seasoned. I think they're going to be actually perfect. I'm really hoping for that. Okay? If they're a little salty, I'll say to people, listen, with the rice that you have, don't salt the rice or grain, and let the pastel bring the salt to the meal. And if they're under salted, then you just add a little bit more salt to it, right? So it makes sense. So we're going to take a look now. Here we go. Right, so I have sheets of aluminum foil here. Then I have one sheet here with one that I'm starting, which is a half a cup of masa. And the masa is here and already seasoned and spiced. Bring it to the camera like that. This is a half a cup, and we're gonna add a tablespoon the vegan beef, and I just add a little bit, maybe like a tablespoon of salsita. I think I want to add a little bit more vegan beef. I want it to be beefy. I want it to have that nice filling. I take the pastel so you can see it, and I fold it in half. Okay, I usually like going the other way. Bring that down like that. And then we just get it like that. And then we get the edges. Right? And then we fold this side here. You gotta be careful when you're folding with the aluminum foil that when you run your fingers across it that you don't get cut. If it's the heavy duty aluminum foil, it could have really sharp edges. So be careful. This one is not the heavy duty, it's a little bit more forgiving. So, but still be aware that you are handling aluminum foil and the edges can be rough. Now, the real authentic way is using the parchment paper. But I'm a lazy transgender Puerto Rican and I go with the aluminum foil. So you have a cute little pastel. I like them to be like the half cup measure. That's how I work my pasteles. And we're gonna do another one fresh off the bat. Now I do a little bit of cooking spray, just a little bit. And then I like to add a little bit of the achote oil too to just give it even more color, even though there's achote oil already in the masa. And the reason why the masa is golden like that is because it also has my salsita broth added to the masa and spices. So we take the half a cup, we kind of spread it out, which I really didn't do on the first one. And then we take the vegan beef. That's a really nice heaping tablespoon, which is probably like 2 tablespoons. And then my salsita sauce, doesn't need a lot. And here we would put sliced Spanish olives. We just fold her in half like a sandwich. We just bring it to the center, turn her around. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of it now myself after not doing it for a really long time. I mean, I used to keep pasteles in my refrigerator like all year round, but with the pandemic and the weight gain that I had to cut back on my own little sexy little Puerto Rican vegan treats because I gained weight just eating kind of normally. I think I was eating normally. I may have been overeating and not know it. No, I don't think I was overeating. My foods were just richer. They were richer, you know, because of the pandemic. I think I did. I used food to cope. It wasn't overeating like my old days. You know, I was eating more fried chicken. I don't really eat fried chicken. I was going there a little bit, weighing and measuring it. But yeah, I kind of went that route. and I was eating a lot of fried fish, so a lot of fried foods where normally I don't do the fried foods, and that was my sort of like my demise. And then I had to really pull back, and then I just stopped, you know, stop with all the sexy foods. And I was like, wait a minute, you know, I'm also reacting with food to this pandemic, you know? Everything was super sexy at that time, food-wise. So I'm glad that I kind of chilled out. Alright, so you see the hang of the pasteles, how I'm doing them. I'm assembling them. They really look nicer too with the green olives. It stands out from all the other colors on the pastel, but hey, can't do too much salt. So you see the folding and how it goes, right? And there she is, okay? Yep, this is the last one. I'm gonna get a plate so I can start putting them in the freezer. Okay? That's how they come out. Like tamales, but these are pasteles. Okay. Very good. We'll be back. Thank you. This is the end product. That's the vegan pastel. I like to have it with kasha, chickpeas, and with Morningstar Farm bacon. Yep. Oh, see? They're nice and soft. And that's the vegan beef inside. You see that? It's amazing. Hey! I went through all of that pastele process, right? All of the preparation, all of the composting, all the white people in Spain. To get to the point of tasting now and enjoying one of the pasteles. So here is one of them from the batch. Yes, they look lovely. I want to taste it first without any ketchup, just to kind of like see like how is it? Is it salty? You know that I was concerned about that. So let's go ahead and just taste her. Let's get creative and bring her right to the camera there. Right? She's so beautiful. Look at that. She's just a gorgeous, gorgeous. This piece here doesn't have any of the vegan beef, but I'm going to be tasting a lot of the masa, which is my main concern. So here we go. This is Soraya Sobreidad's Papi Spicy Beef Pasteles. Again, please check out my turkey pasteles recipe so you can get an idea of the ingredients that I put to the masa. And then if you want to make vegan pasteles, make them with garbanzo beans or search for vegan beef. They're on Amazon. And make your own salsita and go for it. Let's see what happened here. Oh my god, I love food so much, and Puerto Rican food is like the best. Oh my god. That masa is perfect. The masa in this pastel is not as smooth as my other ones because, like I said, I don't have my two food processors here. So they're not like tag teaming like wrestlers, you know, like how they tag team. One does the work and then the other one tags the other to finish it off. Nonetheless, the taste is really good. I kind of think I like the graininess of this pastel. I remember when I was in California and my pasteles were super creamy, super soft. And a new friend that I met, she loved the pasteles, but she said her boyfriend didn't really care for them because they were very soft. Like he likes his pasteles really firm. So there are some people who prefer that. To me, I don't care. Again, as long as it tastes good, then I'm down. And these are excellent. Not because I made them, but because I made them with love. Love made them really good. And the fact that they're vegan and still taste like authentic pasteles to me, no credit to me, because anybody can do this, really. Just if you're really intent on making a good tasting vegan Puerto Rican pastel, you'll get it. Just follow my turkey recipe one as a guideline, but use a different filling. And if you want to buy some of mine, I'll sell you some. If you're in New York, come pick it up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my show. My show is all about healthy Latin Puerto Rican cooking, vegan and otherwise, and it's about sharing whatever recipe that I can that's gonna help you or at least give you some pointers on helping you lose weight and maintain the weight loss. With that, you have a much better chance of aging with grace and beauty and dignity, right? Take it from me, I'm 62 and my health is really, really good. And I'm grateful for that. And the reason is because I'm maintaining almost an 80-pound weight loss for 32 years. So here's to health and nutrition and beauty, love, respect, dignity, and sanity. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays.
1, 2, 3.
Next up, we have Soraya Sobreidad.